So, Russian was the first language that I learned on my own. So, originally, I was going to attend to some classes that are from a school that is part of my university, but my schedule didn't allow me to attend to those classes at the end. So, I said, "Hi, why not? I could try learning Russian on my own. What could go wrong, right?" So, learning Russian has been pretty difficult for me. It was a long road. And because I had no idea what the cases are, um, learning possessive pronouns and prepositions has been a nightmare, but it has been also really, really fun. And after a year and a half of making many mistakes, I think I finally figured out a more efficient and accessible way for you to study Russian on your own. So, I think one of the most important things is to define really well what are your motives for you to study Russian, and then break down a series of small objectives or goals, and then you can start. You have a beginning and you have somewhere to go to, right? So you can go from simple sentences to complex ones. One of the biggest mistakes I did was focusing just on grammar. And I've heard this a lot of times. But I am just a grammar junkie, I think. I really like studying grammar. I love it. It's so fun. But I don't know any words. So I cannot produce the language, right? So it's pretty difficult for me, even now, to have a conversation, to speak or to write. I think I'm able to listen to videos and understand maybe 70 or 80% of the content, but it is really difficult for me to produce the language because I can remember the words and I cannot contextualize them. So, really important. If you're going to learn vocabulary, make up sentences by your own. Try to include them in your daily life, like when you're speaking to yourself, because, well, I certainly do speak to myself a lot. So, when you're speaking to yourself, you could use these words. When you go to a supermarket, like, make some challenges with yourself or with your friends. Try and name the products on the supermarket. I used to hang around a lot of post-its around the house. I think it was useful. Yeah, so try and contextualize the words that you are learning. I really enjoy learning from songs. And from TV series and films and just YouTube videos.
Можешь починить, а? Я могу за тебя все перетаскать. А? Ну ладно.
So I literally just discovered this. I did not know that you can click on the words and there's the translation, and ta-da! Oh, ta-da! Examples! That is so cool! I feel like a caveman. I cannot believe I did not know this, but this is life-changing. This is so cool! Okay, first I have an index to have an organization and look at the topics. First of all, the alphabet and the script. I think it's really pretty and it's not that hard. So yeah, you should learn the script. Then the pronouns. Here I made a summary of the cases because this is not my first Russian notebook. But the pronouns я, ты, он, она, оно, мы, вы, они. And then singular and plural. And then the cases. When I first studied Russian, I learned the nominative case, the prepositional case, and then the instrumental. So this is a mess. I think maybe a better order is the nominative case, the accusative case, and then the genitive. Maybe then the prepositional, and so on, dative and instrumental. I don't know if this is the usual order that teachers use, but I think this would not be a bad sequence, I guess, from my experience at least. Then very useful structures are у меня есть, Here it is, у меня есть. And maybe this is a little bit more difficult if you're a beginner, but I think it's really, really useful. You can say a lot of things if you learn this grammar structure. Also, мне нравится, that you're using dative case, but I think it's really, really useful as well. So maybe you want to check it out, even if you're a beginner, I think. And for example, if you learn the accusative case, you can use a lot of verbs like купить, любить, хотеть, and others. And then you can jump to the genitive case. Also, the numbers. That way you can say how old are you, and you can start making sentences with dates, for example, and plans, maybe the months of the year, the seasons, the colors. But try and learn words that you are going to use, you yourself are going to use in a daily conversation. Or for example, if you want to learn Russian for a job offer, then you could learn vocabulary that is specific to that job offer, for example. And you can make up a little introduction about yourself. like, hi, I am blank. I am blank years old. I'm from blank. I studied blank. I am working at blank. I like watching different YouTube channels, and for example, I watch a lot Easy Russian. And when I watch Easy Russian videos, I usually do something like this. For example, моих любимых книг. That was like the topic of the video, so that is my title. Then, like the premise, like what are they going to ask to the people on the streets, and then the questions that they make. And here in a different color, I write the answers. And then I write a little text, a short text, using new vocabulary. The words in pink are the words that I did not know or that I forgot. So I write them in pink, and then I write a short text using those words, new words, and etc. So I find this pretty useful because, as I said, it's kind of difficult for me to produce a language. So if you start writing, because I don't know any Russians around here that I can talk to, or any foreigners or just people who know Russian, so I don't know who to talk to. So I tend to write a lot. I try and write a lot. Also, I learn with songs, as you saw before. And for example, this is a song called Uma Thurman, and the band is also called Uma Thurman. I really like it. And this is the lyrics and words I didn't know. Finally, I think one of the most efficient methods to... This is a song that I'm obsessed with right now. Во время дождя. I really, 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 really like it. Yeah. One of the most useful methods, I think, is TPRS. So TPRS Russian, you can listen to podcasts or watch videos with this method while you're, I don't know, in the bathroom, in the bus, like when you can't sleep. TPRS. And yeah. Lastly, I'm gonna get my book to show you. I used this assimil method. You have a dialogue and then some pronunciation transcript and some notes about the vocabulary, and then some exercises. I really liked this book when I started learning Russian, but I recently found a different one called Essential Russian Grammar. and it's amazing. I'm in love with it. I love it. It's awesome. So you could check these books. I think these are pretty much my recommendations, and hopefully you will learn from my mistakes. Okay, I guess this is all. Goodbye. Bye bye bye.